So I want to take a few minutes to introduce my very good friend, Kira Blackwell, who is an absolute rock star at NASA. She developed a program called NASA iTech, and I just love the program and what it's done for small business. And again, she's grown this program in 5 years. She was a program executive prior to that for 5 years at NASA out of, is it Space Mission Directorate? Is that correct, Kira?
I work for the Space Technology Mission Directorate.
I was close.
Yeah, you were close. Space Tech.
Close. So I really want Kira to talk about NASA iTech, which is different from SBIRs. She's knowledgeable about SBIRs, but this is a very different program. So I think it's important to understand NASA iTech, the differences, and perhaps introduce you guys to a new program that you're not aware of. So take it away, Kira.
Well, hi, thank you for having me. I just want to go through and I'll just say, yes, it took me about 6 months to stand the program up within the agency from scratch. I wanted to find a way in which we could engage with entrepreneurs in a different way than government normally does. Because I noticed that through SBIRs or other funded programs within government agencies, it's sometimes challenging to get the right kind of entrepreneurs, or maybe the more disruptive technologies, which was what we were seeing. And so I created NASA iTech to find ways to leverage the entrepreneurs that are developing problems or developing technologies to solve problems outside of NASA or the space environment that can also be used to solve problems for NASA. So dual use technologies. And often the entrepreneurs that I encounter don't usually think about their technology necessarily for a space application. And until I approach them and say, hey, you know, this technology could be a solution for us here. You should apply for this. And so I took, I ran in my own startup company. I had a drug development company. I was running a $3 million store when I was about 18. I've been in aerospace for about 8 years, working as a contractor for NASA. So I had sort of the lay of the land when NASA recruited me. So they recruited me, brought me in 5 years ago, and really with the premise to run a program that they already had that existed. I sort of killed that program and then started something from scratch. Yeah, that kind of didn't, it was fine, but this program in about 4 years in December will be 4 complete years of 70 companies that we've seen as finalists come through the NASA iTech program. And that 4-year time period, those companies have leveraged over $600 million of private investment dollars to move the technology forward, which is pretty significant in such a very short period of time. It's not uncommon for somebody to step off stage after giving their pitch at one of our finalist forums and be able to receive $10 million or a $25 million investment after spending 4 days with us. So it's one, it moves a lot quicker. I actually designed it so that it would move at the pace at which an accelerator does, external to government. And so that's why it's probably garnered the interest of lots of the investors that participate in our program. Basically, we do a call out for entrepreneurs. We search throughout the United States in various cities and throughout the United States. And then we have these overall forums twice a year. So 2 forums twice a year where we funnel in sort of the all of the applicants, and then we select the best 10. I've structured it also in a way where I collaborate with an external partner. They're my contractor, and they pretty much bring in subject matter experts, serial entrepreneurs, or investors that evaluate the technologies for a commercialization market application, right? And then we look at our center chief technologists that represent our various field centers, look at it for a space application. And then the combination of those things really help bring forth the best, most disruptive technologies that could be useful for NASA, as well as have a path moving forward for the technology. And so what we've seen, the numbers speak for themselves, but